What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, we have some insane Transformers 8 news to talk about here, the upcoming Michael Bay film. So I just want to say, guys, I originally recorded this video last night, and then some news came out this morning regarding Shia LaBeouf, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta scrap this whole video and do a new video. So yeah, that's how dedicated I am. And also half this video is gonna be me kind of schizo fan theory talking, and the other half is going to be actual like substantial like stuff here from Shia LaBeouf. But the first thing here, let's get the schizo stuff out of the way first. So Jordan Van Dina, no, I'm not stalking his page. I just happened to check out his Instagram story while I was on Instagram, and I saw him post this. And if you don't know who he is the writer of the upcoming Michael Bay Transformers movie. And he posted this. He actually did another post, but I didn't care to screenshot it because, again, I'm not stalking the dude. I'm just saying here I was connecting the dots and kind of thinking about why he could be posting this. Funny thing too, he actually viewed one of my stories like a week ago or something. Jordan Van Dina, can you believe that, guys? Jordan Van Dina, the writer of the freaking upcoming Transformers movie, viewed your boy chrisjaammm, one of his Instagram stories. I don't know why, but he did anyway, so that's pretty cool. But what he posted here is, thank you to the great folks at Municipal. And if you don't know what that is, it is a clothing line that is co-founded, I believe, by Mark Wahlberg. And yeah, Mark Wahlberg posts about it all the time on his Instagram, where he's promoting it and he's wearing the clothes and stuff like that. So it seems to me here that he has connects to this brand and potentially Mark Wahlberg himself, because it seems like he's getting free clothing or merch from Municipal. I don't know, or maybe he just ordered this. I could be wrong, but he says thank you to the great folks at Municipal. So it seems like he got this for free as like merch. So it seems like he might have connects to Mark Wahlberg, which, again, I am doing a crazy fan theory here. Maybe that means he has connections to Mark Wahlberg, which he already has connections with Michael Bay, and Michael Bay knows Mark Wahlberg because he obviously worked on the Transformers movies and Pain and Gain and stuff like that. So I'm thinking here that this is kind of lending credence to the rumors that Mark Wahlberg is returning as Cade Yeager in Transformers 8. I know it's a little crazy, but I mean, just connect the dots. He connects with Municipal. He seems to be getting free merch from them. It is co-founded by Mark Wahlberg. So yeah, just think about everything. The rumors and leaks, the last like close to a year now, are saying Mark Wahlberg could be coming back, along with all the other cast members from Bayverse. You know, Sergeant Epps, Tyrese Gibson himself was saying that he was on the phone with Michael Bay a few months ago about the Transformers movie. You know, you got people like Josh Duhamel and John Turturro teasing that they would love to come back. You now have some news here which leads into Shia LaBeouf that I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. Stay tuned for that. So I think it's really happening, guys. I'm just gonna go out on a whim. This is my crazy fan theory that I am just going to believe because it's fun. That's why. That Jordan Van Dina is kind of hinting at here that, you know, he has connects with Mark Wahlberg and that he could be in the next Transformers movie. That is my crazy fan theory for the week. You know, chrisjaammm always does this where it's like, oh man, I'm gonna create a fan theory for Transformers and see if it comes out to be true based off of, you know, connecting the dots on previous info we have. And lo and behold, a lot of the times I am right on this. So hopefully I'm right on this Mark Wahlberg theory I got here from Jordan Van Dina's story. Time will tell. But this other piece of news here that I want to talk about in this video lends credence to that potentially of Mark Wahlberg returning, is Shia LaBeouf returning to Transformers 8. That's been another huge rumor, along with him and Megan Fox, the last close to a year now, and this movie being multiverse and stuff like that. So yesterday, the last couple days, last week, Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, and Shia LaBeouf himself, they were at the Steel City Con, which is in like Pittsburgh, I think. So that was going on for a couple days, and he posted on his Twitter account, Shia LaBeouf, he posted him with Peter Cullen and Frank Welker at the convention. So yeah, I mean, he said roll out in the post. It's really cool to see this. I think, he was pretty sour on the Transformers movies, but he's always said that he was a Transformers fan of like the cartoon he would watch as a kid and stuff like that. I think it was the movies he was always sour on because of his experience he was going through at the time with those movies and afterwards. And, he's kind of one of those actors that didn't want to do big budget action movies, and he wanted to do more so like A24, like low budget type movies and stuff like that. So he's kind of trashing that genre of movies that was really popular. So I think, since he is still a Transformers fan, since he converted to being Catholic 3 years ago maybe, he softened up on life, and it seems like, and a lot of his past experiences, especially with the Transformers movies and stuff like that. So I think he's hinting at him returning to the franchise with this post here. And no, this is not just a schizo fan theory like I talked about a couple minutes ago with the Mark Wahlberg thing. This actually has a little bit of evidence to it. So I was actually wondering, when I was seeing all this go down yesterday at the time of this recording, I was like, how come it hasn't come out yet that anybody asked him at the convention if, he's returning for the Michael Bay Transformers film? And lo and behold, my question was answered from Thundershot on the TFW 2005 boards. He posted this and had this to say, and I quote, I got to talk to Shia longer. He told me it's not official, but he's working on it and he should be in the next Transformers movie. And then he also goes on to say, just to clarify, it's nothing official. Working on it, meaning there's irons in the fire, very early stuff. Things can change. I don't want to get crucified if they can't work things out. You know how that stuff goes. The exact wording, trying to remember, I told him to keep making awesome movies in general. And he said, most of these, and I paused and pointed to my shirt. Wait, this franchise, you're coming back? And he said, I'm working on it. So yeah, this is crazy. It wasn't even like a fan asking him if he's going to be in the movie. Like Thundershot just said here, keep up the good movies, just in general, not mentioning Transformers. And Shia LaBeouf himself came out and said, movies like this, Transformers, and he pointed to his Transformers shirt. So yeah, he came out and said himself that I'm working on coming back to the next Transformers movie. That is absolutely mind-blowing. This is dope news, guys. This is what I freaking live for when I started this channel a few years ago doing stop motions and movie news with Rise of the Beast. This is bringing back all the memories, bro. This is where things start to ramp up. I just know it. We're going to get a freaking announcement at CinemaCon in April next year. Things are going to be booming. They're going to start filming. Okay, I'm getting a little too ahead of myself here, but this is absolutely awesome, guys. Shia LaBeouf himself came out and said, I am working to come back to the next Transformers movie. I think he basically is going to come back. I don't really see his schedule being conflicted too much or him being too busy these days. I think he definitely wants to come back to do it. I mean, also, money talks. It's not just him liking Transformers or him possibly feeling a little nostalgic for his teenage and early adult years doing these movies probably. It's probably a multitude of reasons as to why he wants to come back, and I think that's probably a top priority for him. I don't know, I'm just assuming, obviously. I don't know for sure, but, I think he's definitely coming back. He doesn't want to say for sure, but, it's definitely confirmation at this point with what he's saying here that, yes, he's coming back. So, yeah, this is absolutely amazing, guys. I am really looking forward to what this movie turns out. Obviously, I'm going to remain a little skeptical because I don't want to be all hyped and, setting up expectations for myself like I did with The Last Night, and then it becomes a dumpster fire of a movie. Because, this whole multiverse rumor and angle that Laszlo and a bunch of insiders online have been teasing this year, it is very tricky. Paramount wants to do it because they're a dumb corporation that sucks up to stupid politicians, and, they just make dumb movie decisions the last 10 or so years in general. They've been making good decisions here and there with movies like Top Gun Maverick, but they're still trying to dig themselves out of that hole that they made for themselves over the last, I'd say, decade or so. And yeah, I think they're trying to go where the money's going with the 2020s and these superhero movies with Marvel, with the upcoming Doomsday and Secret Wars multiverse stuff. They're looking at the success of the Spider-Man movie No Way Home, Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. That was a huge movie a couple years ago. I'm sure they're looking out at all that and they're like, yo, we want some of that 2020s multiverse movie money too. So I think that's the rumors are true at this point. I think Shia LaBeouf confirmed it himself without even knowing it, that all these rumors are true, that it's going to be a multiverse movie and they're going to be bringing back the original Bayverse cast. It's going to be set in the Bayverse, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff that has been rumored and leaked and teased since earlier this year. Now, will Megan Fox and Mark Wahlberg come back? I don't know. Megan Fox, she's had a weird history with these movies as well. I'll cover in a separate video in the next few days probably. But I'd say she's going to do it. If Shia LaBeouf is coming back with his history the last 10, 15 years, Megan Fox can as well, because it hasn't been as tumultuous, I'd say, as Shia LaBeouf, just from what we know publicly, you know. But Mark Wahlberg, I'd say it's likely. Maybe Jordan Van Dien is hinting at it with those stories. I don't know. Again, I'm schizo speculating here, but could be true. You never know. Weirder things have happened in Hollywood. But yeah, guys, this is pretty exciting news. Shia LaBeouf himself is saying here that he's working on coming back to the next Transformers movie. This is amazing. I cannot wait to see what comes of this. Again, it could be an idea that isn't executed well, but it could be a fun movie still. We're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, let me know down below. How do y'all feel about what is going on here? And yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.